Let's get started, Adam. Sweet. So, I didn't do an intro for this, so I'll do an intro live. Welcome to the Killer Set Podcast. Hallelujah. I'm your host, Luke, and sitting with me today, it's the first one-on-one interview, one-on-one podcast. So, congratulations, Adam.
Yeah, it's getting intimate.
It's very intimate. We got alcohol. It's a nice little sunset outside. Yeah. So for those who don't know, this is Adam. He was the original lead vocalist for Drowning Atlantis, and all around good guy, and currently graphic designer for some pretty cool shit. So welcome, Adam.
No, thanks for having me. Great to have a chat.
So I think we'll just jump straight into the Drowning Atlantis thing, seeing that was one of the last podcasts I did. You were one of the founding members, and then not long after you guys released Grief, was that when you started to decide to leave, or when did it what was the whole process of you leaving?
Oh, well, there was a few things. It was it's a huge decision to make, really. Originally,
because you guys started really young as well. Like Matt was saying, it was like it was a HSC or the high school certificate test that he wrote depths or something like that.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
Yeah,
well,
so been there for years.
Me and Matt go way back, so back to high school. I probably wouldn't count it on the DA timeline so much.
Yeah.
We sort of, believe it or not, I think I started playing drums with him.
Drums.
And it was a little electric kit in my bedroom. And we'd just muck around and try and learn whatever hardcore or metal song that we found on YouTube. We'd just muck around with that. And Matt was on bass, I think.
Yeah, that's what Matt was saying. He started with bass.
Yeah, it was bass and I was drums. And then we just sort of, because we both worked at Pizza Hut when we were teenagers. And we just made some friends through there.
Yeah.
And I think we met up with them. We did a Trivium cover, which
that's mad.
There's so Trivium, and I think there was an Avenged Sevenfold song.
That's Soul 2008 territory.
And then I think after that, we sort of jammed around, and we sort of really wanted to get a proper band going. I think we had our mate Aiden.
Oh yeah,
he sort of jumped on as original vocalist.
I always forget that he guest starred on one of your tracks.
Yeah,
I always forget that.
But
oh wow.
Yeah, he came on, and then probably fast forward a year, and we were we really want to get a proper band going, and that's when Matt wrote Depths.
Yeah.
And I think I just decided I was really inspired by the Red Shore and Amure back then. I think I really just wanted to do vocals because I was it was mainly because drums I couldn't pursue anymore because my parents wouldn't let me get a real kit, so you couldn't develop those skills to really play well. So I was like, all right, well, I'm really crap at guitar, so I'm just gonna. Vocal seems like a good gig. I'll just learn that. And I think Matt was surprised because I was just I really like the Red Shore. I'm just gonna practice. I think I didn't start with the Red Shore as Amure. I just basically tried to replicate Frankie.
Yeah, that's a tall order as well because Frankie's highs are extremely high. That's dangerous to begin with. That's a dangerous road to go down straight away.
So I just got as close as I could to that. I think that was one day we were just practicing. Matt's all right, how you going? I just start going. He's holy shit, yeah, you're actually picking this up pretty well.
Yeah, because I always just presumed that you were straight vocalist from the get-go, but obviously everyone has to start somewhere and start, vocal practicing and stuff like that, so...
Yeah, and I definitely knew that I couldn't sing, so...
Yeah, so I can't sing.
This seems like a good fit for me, because, if I sing, it's very nasal and awful and out of tune.
Which doesn't come across at all when you scream, which is...
Yeah.
I don't know, different, sound wave, I don't know.
Yeah. It's an odd process. I think I'm pretty lucky because I can do it pretty consistently for a pretty good amount of time without getting any strain.
Yeah.
If I do it back to back, like I've done before, it does get a bit raspy
towards the
further
end.
down the line.
Yeah.
If I've done it one night and the next one I keep going, my voice might get a little bit worn out, but I think I've been pretty lucky in that sense. I don't know why, because a lot of people have said, how do you not blow out your voice?
Yeah, because, your style is very, it's almost hardcore-ish.
Yeah.
it's very like aggressive, which is awesome. Like awesome, and like everyone appreciates it. But it's like, how do you not like blow your voice out after doing it? Like just pure luck, probably. Good genetics.
Yeah,
good screaming genetics.
It's just been because I've done it since high school and sort of built it up. And plus, when I was starting out, I was trying to replicate other people. And I think I just got to a point where I'm like, I'm just gonna do what comes really naturally, so I don't strain my voice. And I just sort of went down that area and just built on that and made it like stronger, like a bit more, you know, had more oomph in it.
Yeah, I
noticed like all the vocals I like tend to have like the vocalist voice sort of mixed in a bit, so it adds that real personality. And I think that's just what I did. But oh god, what was the question? It was going back to why did I leave?
How did it come around that you were gonna leave? Yeah, sorry.
Okay, sidetrack.
Then that's all right.
Well, yeah, basically started with Matt, so had that great foundation, and me and him are, you know, fucking good friends. We've been close friends since high school. And we had a great time, but I think it came down to basically I always did it as a hobby and like a release and to have fun. Yeah. And I loved playing shows. I loved, you know, writing the music. Like the whole process was great, but it was getting to a point where I could feel I was sort of losing a bit of the passion, mainly through just we did a lot of shows. And some like I think there was this stint where it's just like the crowds weren't very involved or interactive with our set at all. And when you're in that sort of genre and you're not obviously not doing it for the money.
I don't definitely think
I think I was in the band full time for like 2 years, and I think I only earned $50 basically. You pump your money in, so like I was never doing it to get big or get famous, or the most I wanted was just to have people sort of sing back the words that I'd written and enjoyed what we'd written as a band. And I think that was one of the factors. Another one was because it is such a serious commitment, I was studying full-time as a designer, and I just graduated, and then I went into working full-time as a designer with my agency, and I did that for a year in the band. And it was working out well, but that also tied into the band being, it's like a full-time job in a way.
Oh, definitely. Like, I think it's more than it's more than a 9 to 5, because it's like you got band prac, and then you've got to be this, and you've got to make decisions, and especially as one of the founding members, you sort of have you're almost the captain steering the ship. Like you've got to decide which way everything's going to go. Like what's this going to look like? What's that going to look like? What are we going to sound like? What shows aren't we in? Are we going to play? Like it's a whole lot of decision making that goes along with it. So.
Yeah, so I think those are two sort of reasons. Like there was definitely no personal issues. They were all really supportive, because like when I announced it to the guys, Matt sort of saw it coming. He's like, I've been feeling like you might have been feeling this way for a few months. And they were great. They were really understanding. And that's basically the reasons. It's basically like I needed to start making money because I was also living at home with my family, and I really wanted to move up closer to work because I was traveling 2 hours each way on the train each day. So it's like 4 hours of commuting a day. You don't have. It's really soul sucking. So
City Rail, fix your shit. You suck our souls out.
Basically I had to get from Thirroul up to the city.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because when you said that, I presume you were still living in Campbelltown. But I was like, no, fucking Thirroul. Fuck, jeez, that would be bad.
Well, yeah, it was bad because of work, but it was great because when I moved down there, it sort of opened the door to playing shows in Wollongong. That was actually great for the band then, because we were really excited to play anywhere but Sydney. Because we just did so many Sydney shows. I think we did like a Goulburn show, and that was
Matt went with
extremely cold and good. And I think
they've been back to Goulburn.
I know.
Like,
why? It's so cold.
It's so cold, purely for the cold.
But
oh wow.
Yeah, I think that's basically that loosely covers pretty much why.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like from the guys, there was obviously no hard feelings there, and like you came back for their 2 years of Grief tour, to cover vocals as well. So, and Matt was talking about it as well. He was saying, what song was it? I can't remember now. Acceptance is, he's like, that's sort of Adam's song. Like, we don't even play it. And he goes like, that's that's your song to play.
Oh, it's
like,
a very long song.
Yeah, as well. That's what I'm saying as well. It takes up a lot of the set. But they're like, Matt was also saying that, and all the guys you could say, even Brock, like he was very respectful. He was always like, like Adam's spot is always here. He goes, but like we've got to take our own direction as well. So and I guess that was going to be my follow up question. Is it strange seeing? I guess it's not strange, but like, is it? I guess strange. Is it strange to see like the band from like an outsider's perspective now? Like, as someone who was in there and you know what their life is about, and you're now looking at it from the complete other side of the fence.
Yeah, it is a bit strange in ways, like in good and sort of nostalgic ways. Like there are days where I'll sort of, I've admitted it to like Leah, my girlfriend, and
you get
to
the
Matt
itch.
and everyone, where I'm just like, I do miss it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I didn't sort of need to part ways because we're sort of heading in different directions. Like the guys, they're putting a lot of effort. They deserve to get that recognition.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to hold them back
further. Whereas I'd just be holding them back.
Yeah, exactly.
To it. But I think watching them play, it's actually quite good, because I always, when I was performing, always wanted to see what we sounded like on the other side. I'm like, because it sounds good here, but I want to see how huge it sounds on the other side.
Yeah,
I think it was the first show I went to where they played Since I Left, and that was with Joel at the time. And I just like stood in the crowd and started moshing like the first song. I was just like, I know what's coming. This sounds awesome. And it was at Bald-Faced Stag, so it's a great sound. But I think there's times where I was like, sort of watching, and I was sort of like, that's not exactly how I did the phrasing. Like I'd be watching mainly the vocalist.
Yeah,
I'd just sort of be going like comparing in a way, but no, it's been odd but good. And Brock, like we've known him for a while. Yeah, sort of friends of bands and just being in the scene, and he's a great guy. I sort of said, because they had a few people up in the air once Joel had left, and they sort of involved me. Matt was asking like what I thought, and I was like, I think Joel's great. Like he has great personality. I think like that's a big factor when you have a new member. Like you can be an incredible vocalist, but you might have
like you just sort of just stand there and there's no
dog shit sort of personality, and they might not want to interact or hang out with you. They just want to come do the music
and go.
And
and I will say that about like with Brock and the boys now, like they're like almost like a group of brothers. Like you couldn't tell that Brock only joined the band a couple of months ago. It's like they're fucking hanging out constantly, like watching movies. It's like they're like almost living with each other. Like it's weird. Like it's like you see a lot of bands and they're just like, all right, sweet, practice, go home. Sweet, practice, go home. I'll see you at the gig, blah blah blah. And you can see that when it like you can see that on stage. But with the Drowning Atlantis boys, like they're so tight knit. Like it's such a like surprising fit. So it's good. It's awesome.
It's exactly.
It's awesome.
I think that you got to have that dynamic. If you're just really detached and not really friends outside of the band, or even when you're in the band, you need that dynamic and the closeness to sort of bring it together at live shows, because you just have that friendship in the dynamic. Like you'll sort of be mucking around on the stage.
Exactly.
But
I think it also helps like smooth any issues, like when you're on the road and it's fucking freezing in Goulburn, and I'm sure tensions can get higher if shit starts going wrong and stuff like that. Like like if you guys are tight generally beforehand, you just smooth it over and it's all forgotten. But if there's like cracks already there, or someone doesn't really fit in properly, then obviously that's just gonna be another thing that someone's gonna pick at, and then it's like a scab. It's gonna keep getting worse. So
definitely.
So I was gonna say, is it weird, like you're saying with the lyrics, like because that's like not Grief was your, like it kind of was your baby, like you and Matt had a baby and his name was Grief. Like
it gave us a lot of grief.
I was gonna say, is it weird seeing someone perform the songs that you wrote and like Matt wrote as well, like you guys put together, or is it like you're saying, the phrasing was a bit different sometimes, but
yeah,
you're just sort of happy to see it still living on.
I think it's cool in a way because you know, they've had Brock's the second vocalist since me, so it's been cool seeing how the different vocalists interpret the songs. I know for like lyrically and like performance wise, it was quite difficult to do the Grief EP. Like it's quite hard to do it live because all of the phrasing is quite crazy.
Yeah.
Because when I was in the studio, Matt was just kept pushing me. He's like, "Yeah, come on, another take, let's do it.
You can do it. You can do it."
And like when we were tracking anger, it's just like, get angrier,
get
angrier, like get mad, come on. And like I'm not a naturally very aggressive
person
at all, so it took a few takes in anger, but we got there. But no, it's cool seeing how different people interpret it and they put their own spin as they would. Like I wouldn't expect anyone to.
It's not a cover band
copy.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a cover.
But I think it's good to see that the guys, they've got like new material coming out. I think that's a good opportunity because I think I can't speak for Brock at all, but I think he'd feel really more connected to the band with his own lyrics and new material that he's helped forge, because it is sort of like you do have that connection to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think it'd be cool.
It'd be really interesting to see what they bring out, like from all the hints that they were dropping earlier, and all the tours that they're going on. So
they're getting busy.
They're getting super busy. So like you're kind of you've been there for the whole run of the scene in Sydney, basically. Starting the early days, and then like you were saying, there was a period of time where fan interaction was like none. Like nothing, and now I think it is starting to come back. I don't know what was the last show you went. Maybe was it the Masonic Hall gig? Was that your last gig you went to, or did you have been to one since?
I actually saw the guys in DA at Boldfaced. When was that? Probably 3 weeks ago or so.
That's right. Yeah,
they were playing a show with the Daily Chase. They were on a tour.
Yep.
And they were like a supporting act, so I went there. That was a good show. Like, it's bold-faced. I think, like, sometimes it's hit and miss with the crowd turn up.
It is,
I think that was an 18+, so... and the headlining band probably aren't that well known in New South Wales.
Yeah, that's the main thing,
there was a decent crowd. But, I think Masonic was probably the last... big local show that I've been to. Yeah. And that was really surprising seeing so many young people there. I thought it'd kind of be more of a collection of like the old timers.
Yeah, the old timers,
like me and Matt and everyone else that's above 25.
Yeah.
And still into heavy music these days. But yeah, I think that was cool. And it was also really interesting, especially with like Resist the Thought, because they're a band that I listened to when I was like 17, and going to that Blacktown show and seeing kids that are 17 now, and they know some of the words. I'm like, well, this is weird because they've been broken up for a few years. So they must have this whole like little legacy that they've left behind that people are still picking up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's that was really cool to see.
I think that's the thing about the Sydney scene, the scene in general. It's like you got those like not underground, but sort of unsung, like big draw names, or like unsung sort of champions of the scene. Like say if Polaris has ever put on a thing, I'm like, oh, sick, Polaris is sick. Trojans, Justice for the Damned. Like as soon as I hear Justice for the Damned, I'm like, regardless of whoever's supporting, it's gonna be a good show. And if you're not really in the loop, like they're the people you'll know, but then there's like another side, and it's possibly the older bands that are sort of still hanging around, who have broken up and gotten back together, that you won't know about, but then you see them playing, you're like, oh shit, like these guys are bringing it as well. Like, and I think that's what you really need. You need a tiered layer, and then you got the new guys coming in, like Divinate and bands like that, and even Drowning Atlantis. Like you guys have been. Well, they've been... You guys, when did you start? Like 2013 was when you guys started, so it's what, 4 years?
Yeah, they've been going for a few solid years now.
Yeah. I think with the next album, they're gonna kick up to that sort of that next level, that more intense touring and stuff like that. So it'll be good to see them become a bigger draw in themselves.
Yeah, it's a real tightrope to walk, I think, when you're in a band, and you're trying to get to that sort of level of being like a bigger local band or even like a touring band. Yeah, you have to get that real balance of playing enough hometown shows to get that following from where you're from, because you always have that in your back pocket. So if you play a show in that area, you're always going to have a good crowd because you got your friends and stuff there. But it's hard because there's also that thing of, if you don't get out and get your music out further, then you're always just cursed to be like
you'll live and die in that.
So it depends. I guess it depends what you want to get out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's been a lot of bigger local bands that have brought albums out and stuff like that, and they've done like a tour or two, but it's sort of taking that leap of
faith, like
like Shinto Katana. They're huge in Sydney. Yeah, they had a huge following. They did tours around Australia, but they never quite, I don't think they got that next step to being signed and having like a mass following. Whereas I think like Northlane, they took that step, and they're like selling out big venues now. Yeah, so
I was gonna say the same thing. Kind of feels like Thy Art Is Murder as well. Like, they're big, don't get me wrong, and they are doing world tours, but it feels like they're just like, there's like something they're just not reaching. I don't know what it is. But like, I don't know, maybe that's just my view on it, but it feels like they've like one piece is missing. I don't know what it is.
They're a tough nut to crack, I think. Yeah. I think it comes with their genre. I think when you're in that sort of deathcore, sort of, even like bands like Black Dahlia Murder, stuff like that, I don't think you'll ever be as big as Parkway, just because of the style. Yeah. But Parkway,
you'll turn people
off. Parkway are a bit lucky, actually. I'm not going to compare it to them. Yeah. Maybe Amity Affliction. Yeah. So you compare Amity to Thy Art. Yeah. Amity have the singing. Yeah. They're a bit more of like a chorusy sing-along aspects, whereas Thy Art are exceptional.
But no shade at Thy Art. They're fucking
I think actually with CJ coming back, I think people sort of slept on them a bit before he left.
Yeah.
And they didn't. It's sort of that case of you don't know what you got till it's gone. And
exactly.
And like, I've seen footage of them at Unify when he came back, and the crowd was losing their shit. So I think they've got an album coming out very soon. They keep teasing it. Yeah, and I think when that comes out, that'll take them
to the next level. Yeah, and I'm fingers crossed, because they really deserve it for how many years they've been at it, and the amount of good music they've produced as well. I think they always had issues with like they had issues with their first lead vocalist as well, and like he left / got kicked out. I can't remember how it all worked out. Yeah. And then CJ was there, and then CJ left, and then he's back. Yeah. And it's like, you can't really have that instability. You kind of need to have, like, this is our front man, this is the band, and this is who we're gonna sell. So.
Yeah, especially because I think it's not. Well, it is. It's an important factor to have that front man, because they're quite like, they're the instiller of like what the band's about. Yeah, they're a big factor of what the band sounds like, because you can interchange people, but it does drastically change the sound.
Yeah, if a bassist changes, it's not the end of the world. It's like the guy can pick up the chords and play it. But like you were saying before, with the even it be the same song, but different vocalists will put the different spin on the song, or will phrase things differently as well. So so sorry, I jumped in there.
No, that's alright. It's Thy Art. God, I remember seeing them in high school.
Minto.
I think that was when CJ just joined. Yeah, and he came from Vegas and Ruins. He was like the original vocalist and came over.
Came across,
he's just gone above and beyond. He's crazy.
He's
a freak.
bit of scene history for the kids, for the young kids out there getting into this.
Yeah, sure. Don't get me started. I'll go on about all the bands that aren't around anymore that need to be back. Vegas and Ruins mainly.
Well, I was gonna ask, do you think the scene's coming back in a way? Like, my standpoint is that it's coming back, but the hardcore scene's coming back really hard. Like, punk is coming back. Yeah. I think punk's coming back, and then that's bringing the hardcore scene as well. Like, Knock Loose toured with was it Stick to Your Guns? Yeah. Yeah. but then they, like, I was at their Rad Bar gig, which was insane. And again, Justice for the Damned was supporting. And someone in the crowd, I don't know who it was, but they were just saying it out loud. They're like, it's amazing that like we saw them here at Rad Bar, and the next time Knock Loose comes back, they'll probably be playing a much larger, like they'll be playing a large venue on their own. They'll be headlining the Metro or Oxford Art Factory. So it's like that's the scene there is really, really gaining speed. And I think also there was a really large number of chicks at the gig as well, which was like, I was like, what? Like, this is a bit surprising. Like, not in a bad way, but I was like, this is really weird. And then I worked out later on that Knock Loose has a big female following for whatever reason. I don't know. It's surprising. I'm like,
I think the original question, I think it is coming back. I think.
Sorry, yeah.
No. I'll follow it all up, I think. But like, it is coming back. I think one thing I've sort of realized is I can't sort of hold on to what it was when I was 17. Yeah. I think it's different. You have different bands. You have different, like, there's a different time back then. Like, there's almost dial-up internet.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have shit like Tinder and fucking all these apps and stuff. Like, people's attention was, I think, a lot longer. Yeah. So we did really appreciate like the bands and stuff like that. Yeah. I think there was this phase where you were almost competing for the attention of the crowd. Yeah. Because people's attention span has just dropped a bit. Yeah. And there was other stuff going on. I think there was a whole like generation of people that did like heavy music. Yeah. And they just aged and they stopped listening to it. Yeah. And then there was like this sort of like a gap. I think it was probably the gap of like their younger siblings getting old enough to actually get to shows. Yeah, yeah. And it started coming back again. But there's also like the thing of venues being shut down. There's not as many
lockout laws.
All age venues, which is a bummer, but I get it. You know, it's expensive. And especially with like soundproofing of venues being a big thing now. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think there are certain aspects of like the alternate music sort of scene that are getting quite popular. I think hardcore definitely. Yeah. I think there's quite a lot more hardcore bands around than there used to be. Yeah, definitely. I think that's just because people are really backing like what hardcore's about now a bit more. Yeah. And especially with like having females in the scene, I think that's becoming more evident. Like there's more people. Yeah. And it's more of an inclusive community now, I think. Yeah, like definitely. There's more of a there's less opportunity for people to go to shows. It's not like such a bro fest of...
No, you know what I'm going to say? There's not big, fat, fucking sweaty dudes with their shirts off in cargo shorts, you know, fly kicking people.
Yeah, pretty much like, well... It can be quite an intimidating place to go to. Like definitely. Show. Like I remember when I was 17, I got freaked the fuck out. I went to, I think it might have been Northlane's EP release. That's an OG show now. Yeah. And that was at Blacktown, and there was a guy there, and it wasn't to Northlane. It was a Pledge This back when they had quite a different member change. But they were basically like the Australian version of Amua with their first EP. And that really resounded with the guys out at Blacktown.
Yeah, and, they were swinging their fists. And
yeah, well, there was a guy there, and like, you know those little chairs that you have in kindergarten?
Oh, shit.
Like little plastic chairs with the metal legs. Oh. He had one in each hand, and he was basically moshing with chairs in his hands. And I was like this little 17-year-old dude, and Matt was there too. And we were
Matt's smaller than you.
We were like, oh shit. We're just like up against the wall. We're like, this is really cool. But also terrifying.
I think, you don't see that in the scene anymore. Like, you don't see that crazy person doing that shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thankfully, as well.
I think that's also what's affected like the scene as well. You have that sort of judgment of people just wanting to have a good time. Probably not to that extent. That's a bit like quite just violent. Yeah. But like, I think, and that's why I quite like Stick to Your Guns as well. They're all about just like including people and just doing whatever the fuck you want and do what makes you happy, and don't get so caught up in what people think. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's one thing that definitely needs to still be brought in. Like it's in a great place, but it can be improved even more.
Of course, yeah.
But Yeah, I can't explain why Knock Loose have such a female following.
Yeah,
I think it might be because they're not that typical tough guy hardcore image.
They're just all dreamy.
Yeah, they're all kind of like skater dudes.
Yeah, they are. They're very skatey.
Extremely heavy music.
I was about to say, like, I think that's where the scene's moving almost. It's like this skater, like even the merch, we'll get into merch later, but and the designs of the merch and the stuff that the guys are wearing when they perform, it's not like band names that you can't understand. Like, it's not super deathcore band names with their album cover just plastered on the front. Like, it's definitely. Actually, you know, guys are wearing Nautica gear to shows, and it's almost like a blending of that sort of lad culture with the metal scene.
Yeah.
And so it's I think that's sort of what's drawing more people into it as well. Like, it's becoming more of like, it's become less of like, oh, look at those emos over there, and it's like, oh, look, there's a bunch of people who are dressed nicely. What are they getting up to?
Yeah.
Oh, and there's some music playing. Oh, cool. There's some pretty cool music. Like, I think, and that's what I've been saying the last couple of podcasts. I've been harping on about it, but I think the scene has grown up a lot from where it used to be. Like, there's less, like, and this is no hatred towards goths, but you don't see many goths around either. Like, you don't see many goths at shows. You don't see people with, like, the mohawks that are multicolored things, which is something you miss, yeah. But I think there's people still have the mohawks, but they're just not as highly coloured and they're a little bit shorter. Like, it's like everything's sort of toned down, but the music's still strong.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think that's exactly right. I think it's just a more diverse sort of scene now. I think definitely with hardcore, like looking back at all the old hardcore in America, sort of documentaries, that's all like skater
stuff.
Not really, you know, they're just doing what they do, dressing how they like.
Yeah.
They basically just wore all the active wear just because it's more
comfortable to jump around in.
To like be crazy and jump around in.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I think it's a lot better at the moment.
Yeah. And I think, and that's the main thing as well, it's still an inclusive place. Like, back in when it was first starting the scene, it was a place where the emo kids went. It was a place where the kids who were quiet, who weren't really accepted into the rest of the main popular groups. It was like not an outcast, but it was a proud outcast section. It was like, I don't fit in anywhere else, but this is where I fit in, and this is what I love.
Yeah.
And I think they've all grown up now, and so they're like, this is still what I love, and this is still I want to hold dear, but you've sort of got to let your grip loosen a little bit to let it grow. Like, you're leaving DA, you got to step back a little bit to let it expand.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I was going to ask you, do you have any plans on returning to music? Like, I know you're saying before you had the itch. Is there anything that you plan on doing, even just like a studio band, or even just like, is you interested in doing anything like that?
Yeah, well, I got that itch probably a year ago, and I actually got approached from a friend throughout other bands. Shane, he's bass player in Absolution.
Okay, cool.
But he's been guitarist in other bands as well, and he approached me basically saying, like, do you want to just jam out? I know you're busy. I know you work full time. I'm doing the same. Yeah. But let's just see what happens. And basically we got together, and I'm sort of, I wouldn't say it's officially, well, we have a Facebook page.
Oh, but we got like Facebook official.
Yeah, we got like a name and everything, but we're called, what's the band name? Heartless.
Yep.
And it's basically, we got 2 songs, I think, with lyrics, and they're all recorded, because Shane's a lot like Matt in the fact that he did like a lot of like that recording, mixing, so stuff. But we do that. We're like a 4-piece, and basically the drummer, he's the drummer from Two-Faced.
Okay.
Hardcore band. Bass player is Steve. He's been in a few bands. But yeah, he actually is a drummer, but he just felt like trying bass. So I've been there. I've tried bass.
Yeah, no, exactly. Good. Yeah.
And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like, it's not really serious. It's sort of there when we need it. So I think we'll generally maybe have a get together once a month, and we might record that month if we feel like it. But I think we have the aspirations of eventually maybe playing a show if we get our stuff like our shit together. But yeah, at the moment I think we've got like 4 tracks instrumentally, and I just haven't recorded over 2 of them.
Yeah.
But I think the plan is to just get the 4 done, add a cover,
and
and
just
we got like enough songs for like an opening set, and
that's alright.
who knows, like I'm not too worried about getting a show. I think like we could get a show quite easily. Because,
yeah, definitely.
Just because of the connections that everyone in the band has made. I could just whack us on an opening slot for DA, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure they'd love to. Yeah, I'm sure they'd love to have
see
you.
Chris moshing again.
Yeah,
because I have witnessed it, and it's worth seeing. You just need to get a few Canadian clubs into it. Yeah, that covers it. I think like it's a lot of fun. Like because I think I mainly just missed writing songs and putting my lyrics to stuff, and it's a very different to DA. It's more of a stripped back sound. It's more just I'd probably relate it to Confession in a way. It's just like heavy, not overcomplicated, no real solos in a way. It's more just like riffy, which I think is quite good because I've always been. I think that was one thing with me, Matt. He was always more metal sided.
Yeah, and that's what he agreed.
And I think that was good because the stuff that me and him created was like a good sort of meat down the middle.
Yeah.
Whereas what I'm doing now, I can sort of have a bit more of a hardcore influence, and that works for me at the moment.
No, that's
and
awesome.
He's able to add a few more solos.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, it's like Matt's really loves his technical guitar playing and stuff like that. He just loves shredding on
Within the Ruins, I think is probably one. Reflections, I think he sweats them pretty hard.
Yeah.
And Architects.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love them too. But
yeah. He and Matt, you always see on Facebook, he's always like talking in this guitar lingo. Yes. I'm just like, are you even speaking English? Like I've got no idea. He's so technical with the technical side of music creation and playing. So
he's one talented bastard.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah.
Because he taught himself guitar basically.
Yeah,
so I was always amazed. I'd just rock up to his house and he'd just show me. He'd be like, "Oh, I've learnt this by ear." And I'm like,
"Dude, you got too much fucking tongue."
Like, what are you doing? But yeah, I remember being at shows and like I never really even tried to understand the setup that they run because it's just it's too advanced.
Just give me the mic and I'll screw.
I'm just like, I'll help set up the cymbals with the drums. I'll come over and check that everything's plugged in and we're good to go.
Is there a little light on the mixer that it says it's on? Yes, sweet. All right, sweet. We're ready to play, guys. My shit's all set up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Check. My shit's all set up.
Check.
Check.
Right, cool.
Check. Bring it in. Check.
Yeah, my biggest worry was probably the laptop, I think.
Yeah.
He had a bit of grief from that initially, but I think they're all set up now.
He's got it all set up.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. So I was gonna say that as well. Like, I guess life may get in the way of you touring and performing music and stuff like that. But I think creating music is something that will never leave you entirely. Like, it's like an artist. An artist never truly gives up on making an art.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good fit for you at the moment. And
yeah, I think I'll always write lyrics, or at least until I stop being frustrated by things. I guess, which I doubt will ever stop happening.
Yeah,
I'll always get a bit annoyed about something.
Everyone always needs their release as well.
Yeah,
though, so
I think that's just one thing. Like, I'll just be driving and I'll just come up with a few lines. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Hopefully
I'll have
to
like pull over and like type something. Like the memo section on my phone is insanely filled.
Yeah.
I've got about, I don't know, probably 10 songs written in there.
Yeah.
And you never see light of day, but
and you always look at them and you're just like, hey, this is crap. Like, it's just like, why did I even bother writing this? But in the time, you're like, oh, this is perfect. Like, this is so good. This is the next big hit.
Yeah, and even like I'll look back at stuff and I'm like, yeah, it's sort of like a rewrite of like a lyric that I like from another band.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't think it was an original thought. It was just sort of floating through my head at the time.
Yeah,
like,
at the back somewhere,
Yeah, I relate to this one.
Yeah.
I might write it down.
Write something similar. Make it my own. Yeah, so this is kind of like the second part of the podcast because that was a good old trip down memory lane.
All nostalgia.
All nostalgia. So you're now doing design work and... that's fucking awesome. And I was gonna ask I've got questions here. Oh yeah, dude, you won the Groove in the Moog fucking contest.
Yeah,
that was the first thing that popped up. I was like, yeah, fuck, completely forgot about that, but that was fucking awesome. So, just how did that get started?
Oh, I wasn't expecting to win. I'll put that out there first. That was insane. It sort of came about. I just got tagged in the competition entry from someone I work with. They just flagged it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I'll enter. Like, it's basically just a competition to design the label for the water bottles that they'd have at the events.
Yeah. So if you went to Groove in the Moog, you drank out of Adam's water bottle.
Yeah. If you paid $8 and bought that bottle, thank you. And thank you on behalf of Groove in the Moog. They thank you also. But yeah, basically, you just had to create a design of your choosing. There's like a brief around it. You just had to have like...
Was it Australian?
Yeah, it just had to be like showing flora and fauna. So like animals, bit of leaves and gum nuts and shit, and you just had to have the word Groove in the Moog and either water or something related. Like just to,
let people know
have the reinforcement of the actual product and purpose.
Don't fill this with vodka, please.
Water
only.
Secretly. 50-50.
Yeah. They won't tell.
No, they wouldn't actually. But yeah, no, it was good. There's I sort of drew up one idea, and I was quite happy with it. But I was sort of sitting at home, and I was like, oh, you know what? I got a bit of time. Let's pop a second one in there.
Yeah, because I remember you did 2, I think.
Yeah, so there was the one that I liked didn't actually win. My second one that I put in as like just a second edition to just throw in and see whatever. That was the one that won, and it's crazy because the way the competition worked was there's like 3 winners. So you had the all out winner that was decided by the designer of Groove in the Moog.
Oh wow!
For that year, and the editor of Clio.
Oh wow!
They were like the judges for that tier. Then you had like the People's Choice, which was second prize.
That was likes on Facebook,
yeah,
wasn't it?
And that was basically likes on Facebook. And the third one was just like runner-up. So people that didn't get the first 2, but the judges thought were pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, they select like a top 50 for the People's Choice. Both of my designs got in.
Oh wow!
Which I was really happy about. I went to everyone I work with, all my friends, family. Like, yeah, like my stuff. Like
yeah, I remember saying that. I was like, share it.
Yeah,
I was like, out there.
I think it was like 2 days after, because with the liking stuff, there's always a lull after like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. I
was like, all right, after 2 days, I'll check. I went on, and both my designs had like 150, 160 likes. I was like, wow, okay, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's really
so
good.
Much.
Yeah.
Like, I really felt the love, and then I was sort of like flicking through. And other entries had about like 600 likes. So I was just like, it's done and dusted. I got to the top 50. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting at work, and I got a phone call from the event organizer saying like, hey, this is so-and-so from Groove in the Moog. Just like to tell you that you've won the design comp. And I was like, oh, so I got like a runner-up. She's like, no, dude, like you came first. Like,
what?
You're going to be on the bottle. And I was like at my desk, I was just like, whoa.
That's mad. That's insane.
It was a great moment. I think I like called like my girlfriend Leah straight away.
Yeah.
She's like, I won. I fucking won. And she's like runner up. I'm like, no, first. Yeah, but that's great. And then I got to talk to the designer of the whole event this year.
Oh wow.
He called me up. We just had a chat, and he like congratulated me. He just sort of gave me a few like directions as to like how to set up the file for what they needed.
Yeah.
So it just had to be like a 1-color print. And he just sort of did that. I got sent away, and I got like a pretty sick prize. I got to go to Groove in the Moog as a VIP.
Oh wow! So what did that include?
I got access to a exclusive area. So I had like a private bar.
Oh wow!
Private bathrooms and like beanbags and heaters, which was crazy because it was at Canberra, and it was -2 when the Wombats went on.
Oh shit!
Oh, not -2. It was 2 degrees.
2 degrees when the Wombats went on.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it was cold.
Yeah,
but I got like ticket. I got $250 to spend at the event, which I got cash, which was very good.
Yeah.
So I rocked up and was greeted with VIP band, $250. I was like, oh hell yeah,
that's mad.
And I got like an iPad Mini.
Oh wow,
which is also very good. I've been enjoying that. I got that the other week because we had a bit of issue with postage, but
that's
it came.
That's awesome. So did you get one of the bottles?
Did you? Oh,
I
had one
awesome.
bottle. I did have another one, but I lost it. I got it quite early on at the event, and I lost it during Architects because I just was in the thick of the crowd, and it just like got knocked out of my hand. I'm like, I'm not even going to try and search for it. It's gone. Let it be.
Let it be. Someone else will pick it up.
Yeah, I basically almost lost a shoe in there.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah, they played at 2:30 in the afternoon, so I'm glad I kept that shoe because I was there till like about midnight.
Oh, wow. That's insane.
Yeah, that was great, and it was great exposure. Like, they put it up on the event page, so everyone was going to Groovin. There was posters up at the event with like my design on it.
Was it weird seeing?
It was fantastic.
It was like, dude, that's my design. Like,
yeah,
I made
it was.
That.
I
made that.
It was very weird. It's always been weird when I've done like a piece of work and it's out in the world public, and you see it there. It's crazy, but yeah, it's exciting. It's really because it's a real confidence boost, and it's just like it's a cool feeling because you're like, yeah, well, that must have been good because it's one.
So
like,
someone else appreciates the stuff I made.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. And like, how would you describe like your style when you design? Obviously, you got to stick to a brief, or you've got to stick to what a customer or client wants.
Yeah.
But I know early on with DA, you made little heads, like little cartoon heads of each of the band members. I remember that. And that was always
very
cool.
keen memory. That's so wild.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing that. I was like, dude, that's fucking cool, man.
Half the portraits I think of those people aren't in the band anymore. I think Matt and Brad are the
Matt's. I think Aiden got one.
Yeah.
Aiden got one.
Yeah.
You obviously got one.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. No, I think my style is very reflective of that. I think I've always loved Mambo as an artist.
Yeah.
Reg Mombasa. Shout out to him. He's
awesome. Number one.
Number one. I've always liked his style. I liked the attitude behind his artworks as well. He's got quite a rebellious, say it how it is, tongue-in-cheek, very cheeky, but calling out serious stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
But his style is awesome. And I think that's something I've drawn on. What's some other designs? There's an illustrator. He did all the early stuff for Drop Dead for Ollie Sykes.
Oh, okay.
Michael Shantz. He has a crazy style, and he still does shit today, which is crazy. And I think that's something that I always liked, because I always liked those early illustrations. I could never afford the clothes because I was a broke-ass teenager, but I always like looking at his designs, and they were quite cool. I think my style sort of changes depending on the brief.
Yeah, obviously,
depending what they want. But I always try and put a bit of myself in there because...
Of course, yeah.
I don't know, maybe
it comes from you,
there'll be two people wearing different bands merch, and they're sort of like, well, this looks like it's made by the same guy. I'd be like, yeah, that's fucking me.
That's me.
That's me.
Oh my God.
I made that. But I think I definitely try and put a bit of illustrated work in there if I can.
Yeah.
If it's something goofy or something a bit more serious, depending on the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably one thing that is my style.
Yeah.
But I'm quite happy at the moment to just sort of experiment and do stuff. I think that's across all my creative work. So not just freelance, all the other stuff I do, I tend to experiment with all sorts of stuff. But I think it always tends to have a big place for illustration work. So that's probably
because I would say the stuff of your like your stuff that I've seen, it's always been very like, I think it's mostly been your freelance stuff, but it's also like Mambo, but it's been very like almost surfy skate sort of styling, which is like really really like appealing to the eye. It's like it's very fun to look at, which sounds weird, but it is like it's very pleasing to look at. It's like, I'm like, yeah, man, I can get what you're doing now. Like it's
cool. Well, and thank you.
and like even like you were saying as well, like you put your own personality into things. Yeah, thanks for turning the light on. Everyone who's been listening
here. Sun went down. We've been talking so long.
me and Adam been sitting in the dark talking.
Getting deep.
Yeah. Yeah. So and that's the thing as well. You've got to put a bit of yourself into every work, and that's what makes you like an actual sort of artist as well. So, and you're talking about bands that you've worked with. What are some of the bands you've worked with? Because I know some. I know one of them.
Yeah. There's I've done a lot of logo work for bands in the past. Most of them aren't around anymore.
Is that Adam curse?
Yeah, it is. I have cursed them. Get what you get. But I think there's been a small handful. Like I've always done the design work for DA. Still continue to do that.
Yeah, because you did the cover of Grief, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was always, that's cool. You did the music and your own cover.
Yeah, that was an interesting cover to make. Like there's a lot of layers. But it was a lot of fun. I've always done all the promotional design for DA. So all of the flyers for the shows we played, I did those. All the social design, that's all me.
Yeah.
Merch designs I did with them.
Yeah, because did you do the simple pocket DA? I want one of those shirts. Goddamn.
Yeah, no, I did that. Yeah, a lot of the stuff like that shirt actually came about because I think I was just mucking around. Some of the stuff I did with DA was just mucking around on my computer. Yeah, making something I thought looked cool, and I sort of showed to the guys, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's freaking awesome." Yeah,
because their DA logo, like the one on the shirt, is completely different to the way that Drowning Atlantis is written out on posters. Like the way that Drowning Atlantis is written out is a lot of what's the word now? It's like a lot of like flicks to do with the letters and filigraphy. Yeah, filigraphy I think it's called.
Oh yeah, calligraphy.
Calligraphy.
It's basically a calligraphy.
Yeah, yes. So it's all like the really fancy writing and stuff like that. But when you see that it sort of stamped simply with DA, I think Brad's got it tattooed behind his ear. Yeah. So it's like that's how I know DA. Like it's like a strong, simple.
Yeah, I think there's the one thing that I noticed. Like a lot of bigger bands and also a lot of successful bands they have that one visual representation that pretty much is carried with them throughout their career. Yeah, I think While She Sleeps have it. Yeah, they've got like the WSS. A lot of bands try to connect themselves to like a symbol because that's another way of just recognizing straight away. I think that's what I wanted to do when I did the DA symbol. Is just have something that we can reinterpret, almost like a big brand with their logo. It just gets reimagined by different designers or people throughout time. Yeah, but it still, in its essence, stays the same.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Like Brad loves it. He's got his tattoo.
Yeah, he's got his tattoo behind
I remember. Matt has it too. He's got it on his ankle.
Oh, that's cool.
They got it the same day.
That's mad.
I remember them texting me. I was like, "Holy shit! You have something I designed
on you forever." Oh, wow.
And like, oh, I didn't think about that. That's cool.
That's cool, dude.
But yeah, so DA, I've done some stuff of Divinity. I did like a hoodie design for them, a shirt design that I don't think they actually got printed, mainly just because I don't think they had the funding.
Yeah, that's a big thing with bands and merch is like just the cost to get it done, let alone selling the shirts.
It's costly. I'd say probably my most consistent like band that I do designs for like now is probably Justice for the Damned. Yeah, I do a lot of designs for them, and because they have a great setup where they do not small runs, but more, I'd probably describe it as like limited runs of merch, which in itself creates demand because people are like, cool, this looks sick. I'm going to get it now because it won't be reprinted.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the did you do the wolf long sleeve? Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I remember seeing that. I'm like, looks a bit like Adam's work. Like it looks similar to that sort of cartoon style that you did with the faces. And I was like, I think it was I either asked you or I asked my brother, and I probably asked my brother. He's like, yeah, no, Adam designed that. I was like, are you fucking serious? Adam designed that? That's mad.
No, I'm wearing it now.
Yeah, are you? That's mad.
Because I just have an arrangement. Like I do the design, get like a payment from them, but I always get one shirt, like one item of that shirt or whatever that I've designed. Yeah, mainly just because I like wearing what I've designed. Yeah, of course. It just feels cool. Yeah. But, yeah, I think I started working with them.
Not only are they cool designs as well. Like that's
it's cool, especially because like if I'm wearing it and someone's like, "Oh, I like that. Like, where'd you get it?" I'm like, "Oh, it's merch for this band." So I spruce them, and I go, "I designed it." Yeah. So it's like this. It's humble brag.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
I wouldn't say it's humble brag. It's just a brag.
Yes.
But I worked with them. Started working with them probably, I don't know, a year and a half ago, or maybe a little bit longer. I just connected with their vocalist through Instagram because I just put up random drawings that I do on Instagram.
Oh, that's mad.
It tends to get like a few likes here or there. But I mainly just like putting it up there because it's just cool to collect them.
Yeah.
And I think he just found me on there. Plus, we knew each other through playing shows together.
Yeah, the scene support the scene.
Yeah, like DA played so many shows with Justice for the Damned back in the day.
Yeah.
And he basically just was like, hey, man, I like your stuff. Like, want to work with you. Like, let's do a shirt design. And I think the first thing I did for them was one of... I don't know if it's their best-selling piece of merch, but it's definitely, like, a very popular one. So it's like... it was an illustration of Drake on the front.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, and it had, like, a long sleeve print, and it was, like, 1-800-JUSTICE on the sleeve.
I have seen that shirt. Yeah, that is very popular, one of them.
They sold out in a weekend. So they had like 100 shirts and they sold out in a weekend. And then they had to get it reprinted. They got another 100 shirts printed and then they sold out again.
Yeah, that's one of the most popular shirts. Yeah. I definitely have seen it. Yeah.
I think it was just it was a great idea from Bobak, vocalist. He sort of came up with it. He's like, I just wanted Drake. Because he loves Drake as well. So he wanted that. I think it was just good timing because like the Hotline Bling had just sort of came out. It was just on the way out then. It was a long sleeve print which people love and it's humorous but still quite. It didn't even look like merch. It just looked like something that you'd get from
like a skate
like a clothing store or something. Yeah, probably a skate shop, something like that, or General Pants. But that's another thing that I think Bobak does well as well. Shout out to him, is he's always saying to me, I just want to create merch that anyone can wear. I want to make merch that's not like for just like a typical very niche look.
Exactly.
Not like, very dark and
I think
like what you're describing earlier with like just like a font that no one can make out the band name with some torn apart person on the front.
Yeah, or the album cover just printed flat on the front. Like it's like it's like it looks cheap because it probably is done cheaper than getting proper designs done. But I think that's bands are realizing that now. Like you need to put out good gear. Like this Knock Loose shirt, like it's Knock Loose, but it's like is a clown. Like it's got nothing to do with Knock Loose. Like I don't understand how they connect. And it's a tour shirt, but it's like I still wear this in public because it's like the styling is still cool. Like it's still skate. Like it's that sort of niche, but not niche. If you get what I'm saying. Yeah,
I think that's one of the great things that they do. They do a lot of like they do have shirts that have like the lyrics and stuff on it, which are quite not dark, but a bit more,
they're like for fans. Like they're like I don't care what not that I don't care what I look like when I go out, but it's like I love this band so much I'm gonna have it. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. So
I think they have a good mix. They'll definitely have some cool stuff coming out because they've got the album dropping soon.
Excited.
But they'll have some cool designs for that, I think.
So you're still working with them?
Yeah, I've done a few things. Like I think the last thing I did was the long sleeve dog shirt. Yeah. Been working on like one design with Bobak at the moment, but it's still up in the air. We'll see how it goes. But
exclusive.
They're the most consistent people band that I work with, I'd say. And it's great because from the get-go I've always given them a pretty fair cheap rate because I saw like the return on it is they tour a shit ton.
They're always fucking playing.
They're always out. They're booked on like a European tour for later this year with
they are like I was gonna say they're gonna blow up. Like I was saying earlier, like every time I heard that Justice was playing, I'm like, that's gonna be a good show. Like you hear Justice, you hear good show straight away. Like that's the two words that follow. Oh,
and the flags that they have over their amps on stage, I did those as well.
Oh man,
it's like when they played Unify, they had the flags up on stage.
Oh shit, like, that's awesome.
Something that I made has been up on stage at Unify, so that's probably as close as I'll get to do that. So if I can live through them with the designs, it's great. But I think it's really cool to think that something that I've designed for them may be worn by someone somewhere in Europe. Like that's pretty nuts.
Yeah,
and I don't think that would be something that would happen if I didn't work with bands like them.
No, exactly.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I think fingers crossed they really take off. And I think that's
they got the hype.
They've got the hype. They've got the hype, but they bring the goods as well.
They're just. I think everyone's just waiting for the album to come out.
They're
waiting. They're keen.
They're keen.
And they'll get there. They're. I think that's what you said. Like they have great music, but they back it live well.
Always.
And they've got that crazy following, extremely loyal people, and they just seem to keep growing fans, which is awesome. And I think it's really good because they're very popular. Like I literally wore a jumper I designed for them over to Roselands, and I was walking through the car park, and this guy in a Commodore just drives past, winds down his window, he's like, "Fucking Justice!" And like, me and Lee were just like, what?
What is going on?
And I saw him, and he's like, arm out the window, power fist. I'm just like, threw up the horns and kept walking into the shops. It's crazy how well known they are in Sydney. It's nuts. Yeah. And throughout Australia.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Like you're saying earlier, like you need your hometown.
Yeah.
But you need to spread out, and I think it goes like from Western Sydney. I think goes like North Lane, Thy Art, and the next big up and comers have got to be Justice. Like like they'll be the next big band that everyone goes, oh yeah, I know Justice for the Damn. Yeah. Like you bring up a metal in Western Sydney, they go, yeah, Justice for the Damn. All the young kids.
It's crazy. and they're best mates with Polaris, and you can see that they're both bands have worked real hard. They're both getting big. They're both bringing out albums. Yeah. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's always surprises me when people say like the scene's dead. It's like it is in certain spots, but overall, I think it's starting to come back. Like it definitely was dead for a bit, but I definitely feel like it's coming back, and that when you get to that low, there's only one way is up. Yeah, I think those guys are putting in the work, and all the bands are putting in the work, and they're getting places. So it's a good thing for the scene. It's a good thing for everyone. Yeah. It'd be awesome. So awesome, Adam. I'm just gonna cut it there, man.
Cool. All right, no worries.
That'd be awesome. All right, thanks for having us. You got Instagram. Where can people find your Instagram?
Oh, I think at the moment I've changed it all the time, but I'm gonna try and keep it consistent. I think it's just Adam Ramsdale Design.
Sweet.
Just look for some goofy profile picture. Or you can go to adamramsdale.com, and that's got my portfolio and stuff on there.
Oh, awesome. All right. Well, when we throw this up, I'll link that in there as well. On the YouTube and the Facebook page. So if you want band merch, if you want some cool designs, hit up Adam. He'll give you some awesome designs for you to put in your shirts and stuff.
Yeah. Keep the hustle up.
Yeah, keep hustling. Yeah.
Yeah, make that money.
Don't sign no 360 deals. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Don't. Adam wants you to come to him so he can make you cool designs and you can get the money from it. Don't let no one else get the money for it.
Yes, definitely. I do it cheap.
Do it cheap. I do it for cheap. I do it for you cheap.
Do it cheap.
All right. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. This is the fourth episode of Killer Set Podcast. And we're done. Sick.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Look out for number 5.
Number 5. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Thanks, guys.